the course of their week. Okay, 5 minutes. I need you guys to do one of two things. Either call or email your alderman in your ward and ask them to reject the cuts to the Chicago Public Library. Okay? So let me tell you about these two cuts that are proposed. One of them is to cut the book budget by 50%. Okay? Which is even more serious than it sounds, because it not only affects us as patrons of the library and as residents of Chicago, but it also affects the reputation of the city. That and the fact that authors rely on what happens with libraries to get their new books out. You know, we do a lot of author programs, we sponsor a lot of author programs through the library. And so when the book budget gets cut, it's got a great ripple effect. So even if you don't live in Edgewater, write your alderperson that's in your ward. The staffing cuts, which is the second big cut, they say it's not a cut, but what they want to do is eliminate positions that are currently vacant. So like right now, we don't have a teen librarian in this library, but we have a ton of teens who use this library. And without a teen librarian, that just puts stress on the whole staff of this particular library. But when you start looking at it system-wide, what happens? How many people have waited more than 2 or 3 days for a book? Yes, there are libraries in this system in Chicago right now where people are waiting up to 3 weeks for a book to move from one branch to another because there isn't enough staff. So let me cite this example for you. If there are 64 people waiting for a book, and it takes 3 weeks to move, they have 3 weeks to read it, they return it. By the time it gets to the 64th person, where could that 64th person be? They could be way down the road, they could be in another city, they could be dead, who knows? Because I figured out that by the time it gets to the 64th person, more than 5 years has gone by. Yeah. So that's what those staff cuts really mean in the big picture. So my plea to you today is take 5 minutes this week, write your alderperson, tell him to please reject the cuts for the Chicago Public Library.
Could we donate to the library?
I'm sorry?